So the first problem that I want to look at with you today is a problem like this one here. I believe it's number 2 on your packet this week. Which figure shows a shaded amount that is equivalent to the fraction 2/6? Well, I hope that you know this word equivalent right here. Equivalent means equal. So I'm looking for an equal fraction to 2/6. But let's start by looking for 2/6. So I look here, and this fraction has 1, 2, 3 equal pieces in the whole. So that's not a representation of sixths. This one has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 pieces in the whole. So that's not a representation of sixths. This fraction has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 pieces, 6 equal pieces in the whole. So that is sixths. And this one has 1, 2, 3 equal pieces in the whole. So again, that's not sixths. The only fraction here that represents sixth is C. But I'm looking for the fraction 2/6, which means I have 2 pieces shaded out of 6 total in the whole. Well, when I look at this, I see it has 1, 2, 3 shaded. So that's not 2/6. That is 3/6. So if I don't have the right fraction, then I need to look for a whole that I can turn into 6 pieces. So is there a way for me to take 1, 2, 3 pieces and turn them into 6 pieces? Well, I hope that you recognize this from some things that we've already done in math, like skip counting. If I start with 3 pieces, then my next number, if I skip count by 3s, is 6. So if I take 3 pieces and split them into 2 pieces, 3 pieces into 2 pieces is going to make 6 pieces. And now a little shaky because I'm drawing with my mouse. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 pieces in the whole. And look, 1, 2 of them are shaded. So the answer is A. But even though the answer is A, let's look down here at B. Is there a way to take 8 pieces and turn them into 6 pieces? Well, if I skip count by 6s, or if I skip count by 8s, 8, 16, 24, well, that doesn't work. 6, 12, 18, well, that doesn't work. And 2/6 and 2/8, neither one of those equal 1/2, so it can't be that either. So there's no way to take 8 pieces and turn them into 6 pieces. So if I look here, I have 1, 2, 3 pieces in the whole. So going back up to A, I can take 3 pieces and split them in half. And that's going to give me 6 pieces. A little shaky because of my mouse. If I take each piece and turn it into 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 pieces in the whole, but 1, 2, 3, 4 of them are shaded. So this wouldn't be equal to 2/6. This would be equal to 4/6 because it says a shaded amount. A shaded amount, not a white amount. The white amount would be 2/6. So another place that I see this is in number 6. Let me center this. What fraction of this figure is shaded? So I want to count my pieces first. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 equal pieces in the whole. So 8 equal pieces in the whole. 8. And I'm looking for the shaded amount. 1, 2 pieces are shaded. 2/8. Sorry about that. 2/8. Well, 1/4. It's not 2/8. 1/5, not 2/8. 3/4, not 2/8. And 2/5, not 2/8. So if I don't see the answer that I know is correct, that means I must have an equivalent fraction, a fraction that is equal. So I want to start by thinking, is there a way for me to take 8 pieces and turn them into 4 pieces, or 4 pieces and turn them into 8 pieces? Well, I hope you know from your skip counting that if you skip count by 4s, you get 8. 4, 8, 12. So I know that 4 and 8 can be turned into one another. So the way that I do that, I'm going to actually do it in a different shape. I'm going to draw a square here because this is a funny shape for me and it's going to be harder for me to draw, but I can split up a square a little bit easier. So I know I need 8 pieces in the hole. So I'm going to start with 2, then turn those 2 into 4. How many pieces are in the hole? 1, 2, 3, 4. And then if I want to turn those 4 pieces into 8 pieces, I split them up again. So I've got 2 eighths, 1/8, 2 eighths right here. So how can I take 8 pieces and turn them into 4 pieces? Well, here I'm just going to have to put some pieces together instead of making them into more. Here in the last one, I split them into more pieces, but now I need to make them into less pieces. So how many pieces would I need to group together to make 4 equal pieces here? Well, I group 2 together. Those 2 come together. Those 2 come together. Oh, lost my pen. These 2 here come together. Goodness. Having some trouble. There we go. These 2 come together. These 2 come together. And these 2 come together. And now I have 4 pieces in my hole. 1, 2, 3, 4. Well, this piece and this piece are separate. So I want to take it and move this up here. So now I have 1/4 shaded. And I know that that's sort of tricky. So what you could have done is done it backwards. So I started with 8 pieces and turned them into 4, but you could always come out here to the side and say, okay, A says 1/4. So I'm going to shade 1/4 here. 1/4. Was there a way for me to take 4 pieces and turn them into 8 pieces? Yeah, that's just like I did the last one. So I'm going to split each piece in half. And now I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 equal pieces in the hole, and 2 of them are shaded. So I know that it must be A. 5, 1/5. Well, if I draw that, this one's a little trickier. Fifths are a little bit trickier. I'm sure that you have some experiences now that splitting up odd numbers is a little bit harder than splitting up even numbers. That doesn't look great, does it? That's such a mess. Let's delete that. Instead, I'm gonna take a shortcut here. So that's 1/5, 2/5, 3/5, 4/5, 5/5. I know that if we were in the classroom, some of you would call me out for taking that shortcut. And if I want to shade 1/5, I would shade 1 piece out of 5. It's shaded. Now, is there a way for me to take 5 pieces and turn them into 8 pieces? Well, not equally, because if I cut these pieces in half, now I have 5 10 pieces. So that won't work. Here, 3/4. Well, I took 4 pieces already. If I would have shaded 3/4 of them instead of 1/4, then I would have this much shaded, and that's way more than 2/8. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6/8. So it can't be C. And then 2/5, I'm going to have the same problem again that I had here with the fifths. So I know that that can be tricky, but just know that when you get there, If you don't see the answer that you know is correct, start looking around for an equivalent fraction, and you may have to draw some pictures. And that makes a lot of sense right now because you're just learning fractions. So the picture sometimes is the easiest way to see what the answer is. So go ahead, do your work hard. I know you're going to do excellent. Let me know if you have any questions.